It's about redefining, reframing the purpose you have as a company. It's about reshaping the culture. It's also about defining your innovation strategy and roadmap. It's about embedding that at the core of your operating models. And last but not least, it's about really building as well all the skills and the talents you need to be again an AI digital first company. The world today runs on software. It is embedded into everything, everywhere. It's embedded in your cars, it's embedded in your homes, it's embedded in your offices, it's embedded into your coffee machine, and so on and so forth. It's being built as well into every industry. Think about the sheer computing power. And think about the way this computing power is made available to reason and collect a massive amount of data. And how the number of connected devices is exploding from 28 billion devices a couple of years ago to more than 50 billion devices next year by 2020. That's the opportunity we have. It is endless. And in that context, the economy globally, and China the same, is embracing AI and digital to transform itself. And we see a number of new generation of multi-device, multi-sense experiences where people is at the center of new generation applications. We also see a world where there's not a single country in the world that is not becoming digital, and there's not a single industry that is also not becoming digital. And I'd like just to give you a couple of quick examples of that. You know, a really well-known brand doing some very exciting work globally and starting in China, Starbucks. I'm sure you've heard about this company. Starbucks is harnessing the potential of AI, a very special agent they call Deep Brew, which is really personalizing experiences for you as a consumer. We're speaking your favorite caffeine, but also depending on the season, temperature, location, to really give you the very best. They're also connecting all the coffee machines through Azure computing at the edge to enable predictive maintenance, to diagnose what's going on, and to understand exactly the kind of consumption of coffee being done in such location. And the last one, which you saw very quickly in the video, is actually about the blockchain technology being used to ensure the trustability of all the supply chain all the way back to the coffee plantations. That's an example in that consumer industry. And if you think about it, every company on the planet is now becoming a software company. That's what's happening as I travel the world for Microsoft. But what I'd like to do is really reflect with you on what we believe is needed to become a digital company. It starts and goes far beyond technology. It's not about tech actually only, that would be too easy. It's about a five-pronged approach. It's about redefining, reframing the purpose you have as a company. It's about reshaping the culture. It's also about defining your innovation strategy and roadmap. It's about embedding that at the core of your operating models. And last but not least, it's about really building as well all the skills and the talents you need to be, again, an AI digital first company. So what I'd like to do is walk you through those 5 dimensions to give you a sense of the journey. Because I know many of you are part of the journey in your businesses or students in the future. You know, it starts, again, with the mission. And the mission is really the raison d'être, the purpose, or what you stand for. If you think about Microsoft ourselves, we had a very clear mission as a company from our founder, Bill Gates, which has been for decades that there will be a computer in every home, in every desk. 5 years ago, As a company, as we decide to embark on a massive change to be truly cloud and AI first, we decided to reframe our purpose. And now we talk about empowering every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. You've got to do the same with your own business, your own industry, understanding deeply what the digital fabrics of your company means to the future of your business. And then it continues the culture, because guess what? Like any company, you've got a strong culture that has been established, but you need to evolve it. And the culture of the company is both the values you have, the way you work. It's about taking risk more and more. It's about the learning mindset. It's about what we call the growth mindset, to learn it all the time. And it's also about being outside in, obsessed with your customers, obsessed with the patients as a healthcare company, obsessed with the community if you serve a community. So that's the second very important piece of the transformation. The third one is all about tech innovation. And as a company, we believe that you need to drive tech intensity. Tech intensity is the simplest tech equation, just two factors, very simple. There's a second, more important factor as a company, which is about building your own tech on top of the platform, on top of the cloud platform. It's about uniquely building IP that will differentiate what your company wants to achieve in that cloud and AI economy. And that's really what tech intensity is all about, is making yours the tech transformation of your business and your economy as well. If you continue, you want to, of course, apply that innovation across the spectrum, which is very broad innovation. You've got a lot of shiny objects and technology these days across blockchain, across quantum computing, IoT, and of course mixed reality, edge computing. But AI, everything, as Professor Xu mentioned, is the driving force, and in many ways, the number one factor of the change happening today across industries. Now, when you want to apply that innovation, you want to apply it at the core of your business. And to us, for customers, it's about four things. It's about engaging very differently with your clients, with your customers. It's about empowering your employees to get them excited, motivated, agile, taking decisions on the front line. It's about optimizing your operation, and it's about transforming your products and your business models. Those are the four big tenets of the digital fabrics of your organization. Now, you also want to expand and really spread that innovation at the core of your operating models and your business model. What are those digital outcomes? And of course, last but not least, what is the leadership and the people, the talents you need to achieve that at the core of your business? Because with tech intensity comes skills intensity. Because you need, as an organization, to have a plan for your talents. And it's both reskilling, upskilling your existing workforce, but it's also about attracting new talents within your company. In your own journey with many customers, we see, like we do as a cloud company, we see four categories of jobs being defined at the core of the operating models of any industry, which is a journey, by the way, to become this AI and digital-led company. And AI is by far the biggest driving force of innovation. China is leading in many ways in terms of an AI-led economy. So there's a lot going on, of course, that you know even better than myself in your country, in terms of harnessing the potential of AI at the core of all those industries you have in China, and all those startups companies as well going global that we want as a company to support in their global agenda as well. So that's really the potential. Our vision as a company on AI is very straightforward. It's about three things. It's about empowering developers to innovate. It's about empowering organizations to transform the industries. And it's about empowering people to transform society. We want to have and enable that holistic AI vision as a company, and that gets us excited in what we can do every day in China, in Hong Kong, and in every country in the world. And to us, harnessing the potential of AI is really creating what we call this digital feedback loop. You recall those 4 tenets I just talked about a few minutes ago on digitizing your employees' engagement, digitizing your customer journey, digitizing your corporation, digitizing as well and transforming your products. The key is the way you create the data platform, the data model, to capture real-time all the data insights outside in, so that you can become that outside-in organization as opposed to inside-out, and be much more relevant every second with your people, with your customer, with your market opportunity. That's the opportunity ahead of us with the digital feedback loop, which is AI-led. So there's a number of cases. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but you've got, of course, some new generation of smart, intelligent business agents. As an example, Microsoft.com, our website, we've got massive, like 5 million requests of customers every month. Today, about 30% of those requests are automated by AI in a very good way. That's a massive cost reduction and a massive customer satisfaction increase. You've got the same with computer vision, cognitive services, when it comes to security, detection, on manufacturing floors, on environmental issues. You've got as well amazing scenarios. Think about diabetes. We just heard about AirDoc, which is fantastic. The way you can use imaging recognition, cancer, tumors, and more to diagnose, predict, and help people with a health issue. It's also about enabling a lot of professional services functions. Think about accountants, tax advisors, lawyers, and the way you can automate a number of their tasks to be more effective and add a lot more value. And of course, it's also about building autonomous systems. And I'm not talking necessarily just about autonomous cars that everybody's excited about, but even autonomous networks, and the way you can automate a lot of business networks as well. So there are many scenarios, many fantastic case studies. A lot is going on globally and here in China. But at the end of the day, when you think about that innovation, which is fantastic, you've got to think about the responsibility you have and we have as a company. And to us, we want to contribute to that. We want to contribute in terms of providing frameworks, governance principles to have a more responsible innovation across the world. And the way we think about it is really a set of principles, and we call that responsible AI. This is actually something we put together within Microsoft. We've got a governance council at Microsoft, including a lot of our executives at different disciplines, where we try to apply 6 principles when we embark on some deep AI project with our clients or talent. It's about security, of course. It's about privacy, because privacy is human right globally. Microsoft believes in that in a big way. It's about fairness. When you have an AI algorithm, it's going to be fair. It's about inclusion. How do you make sure you include all the people? And we can have some great example of that later on in our discussion with Mr. Chang. How do we make sure we include everyone to participate in that AI innovation? And then it's really about transparency of the algorithms and accountability. We need to make the technology and the people building those AI algorithms accountable for the people who are using it. It cannot just be a machine thing in this cloud and no one is accountable. So those are the principles we believe are going to help and are helping us and many governments across the world to drive AI innovation in a very balanced and a very responsible way. Beyond that, we do have a passion as a company. We have a passion, as I said, to empower every person to achieve more as well. And to us, it's about driving AI for good. What I mean by AI for good is really driving an AI innovation to really respond to some of the most formidable societal challenges. The second area is accessibility. And again, I'm very proud later on to talk about accessibility right here in China with some fantastic examples. The third one is humanitarian efforts. Think about natural disasters happening everywhere. I mean, typhoons, hurricanes, earthquakes. I know that really have a lot of empathy with the earthquake happening in China just, I think, yesterday. And we want to help people and communities when things happen to react. And last but not least, cultural heritage. So as a company, we want to partner with some of you in China, the same we do globally, to contribute to this AI agenda as well. Now, when you think about this uniqueness of AI, it's really about combining the very best, as I said, of that innovation, of that tech intensity, and really that ambition. I think we all have to democratize access of AI for everyone, not just for a few of us, not just for some elites, tech elites, but for all the people and all the users of AIs as well. Again, and tell you how proud we are as a company to truly enable, to unlock the potential of AI for everyone. I hope I share with you the passion we have as a company to drive tech intensity, to drive digital transformation of your companies, either as a startup, as a school, as a community, as a large enterprise in China and globally. Equally, we are excited about the responsible innovation. So with that, my warmest thanks for all of you, and I really want also to wish you a fantastic session, because it's just the beginning, I think, of a great forum today, and I look forward to being in touch with you and wishing you the very best in your next endeavors. Thank you so much.